Y'all, I think it's time to plate up. Time to get your pot heated up. All right, guys. First up, we're going to go ahead and get some vegetables prepped. So what you have here is 1 green bell pepper, 1 yellow onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 sticks of celery, and 1 bunch of green onion. So off to the side here, we're going to take this garlic, 1 stick of this celery, and then also 1/2 of this onion for our sauce, and then the rest we're going to use to make our shrimp stock. Oh yeah, we'll also use the top half of these green onions for our sauce as well. We'll save a few as a garnish, and then the rest we'll put into the mix. But this bottom portion we're going to use for our stock. All right, just like that. So we're going to get both of these off to the side in the fridge, and we'll get back to them in a second. All right, guys. Next, we have roughly 3 to 4 pounds of fresh Gulf shrimp right here. We're going to peel these and make sure we save our peelings off to the side because we're going to use them in our shrimp stock. Furthermore, if you want, you could leave a few like this with the tip of the tail on them just as a pretty little finish you put on the top at the very end. And there you go. We got our peeled, deveined shrimp. I know how some of y'all get. And our shrimp shells right here. And we're going to use these for our stock. Okay, so we have moved all peeled shrimp to the fridge. And now we're going to get started making our shrimp stock. We're going to go ahead and add 8 cups of water to this pot. Booyah. All right, now we're going to turn our heat up to a high heat. And get this water boiling. To the water, you will add 2 teaspoons of paya seasoning, or your favorite Cajun or Creole seasoning, ladies and gentlemen. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, 2 bay leaves. Paya! Go ahead and stir that around. Next, add all your vegetables that you cut earlier. And then our shrimp shells. Booyah. Go ahead and stir that in there. Okay, so we're just going to let this get to a boil. Okay, we got this boiling, guys. So we're going to go ahead and cover that and then lower to a simmering heat and let it simmer for 1 hour. Booyah. All right, while that is simmering, we're going to get back to these vegetables right here and get them prepped. Oh, you guys hear that? What? You hear that? It sounds like paya! Seriously? All right, so we have moved these vegetables off to the side and saved a few of the green onions to use as a garnish later. Okay, guys, so next up we got a pound of Rouse's smoked sausage. And we're going to cut most of this into quarter pieces and then maybe some half moon pieces. Okay, so I just about got this cut up, but I also want to mention right before you start this, you want to go ahead and preheat this pan you have over here to about a medium, maybe medium low heat. There we go. Got our sausage cut. So now to our saute pan, we're going to add half a stick of butter. And just get that melted. Okay, now that our butter has melted, we drop in our sausage. And we get crack-a-lackin'. All right, so we're going to get a nice little sear on our sausage. So the timer went off on our shrimp stock over here, so we're going to go ahead and strain that. Take a look at this. Woo-hoo! That is some good-looking shrimp stock. Okay, so we're going to take this and then strain it up in here. I'm going to try to get most of it in this sifter first, but if any remains go through, I'll catch it right here. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and discard all of these shells. And there you have it, shrimp stock. We're going to keep working on our sausage. All right, we're going to go ahead and start removing this sausage now into a plate off to the side. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and add our vegetables to this pan so we can get some of that bottom deglazed. Go ahead and get stirred. All right, once you got that bottom nice and deglazed, go ahead and add 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Now you may want to be mindful of your fire here because we are doing a roux, so we got to be cautious when stirring this. All right, now that we got this blended pretty well, it's a little thick, we're going to go ahead and add 1 more half stick of butter. As you can see, that is getting us right where we need to be consistency-wise, and the color is really starting to come in as well. All right, guys, as you can see, we got a nice light brown color here with our roux and vegetables. So now we're going to go ahead and add our sausage back in. Get that stirred around. With that stirred in, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of our shrimp stock. Ooh, yeah, baby. Get that stirred around real good. Look how pretty that is right there. Woo! Okay, guys, so I'm adding another 2 cups of shrimp stock right here. You can go 1, 2, whatever you like. But I'm going to let this simmer, and it's going to get to a consistency I like. All right, so I want to bring this to a slight boil, so I'll increase the heat just a little bit. And once I see a slight boil, then I'm going to cover it and let it simmer. All right, that's about what I'm looking for, so go ahead and cover that up and lower it to a simmering heat. And let it cook for 1 hour. All right, guys, our dish has been simmering for almost an hour. So now we're going to go ahead and get started on some grits. We're going to take 1 cup of our shrimp stock and pour it in. And 1 2/3 cup of whole milk. We're going to get that to a boil. All right, our sauce has simmered for over an hour. Ooh, boy. Gonna stir that up a little bit. Ooh, that looks good. And now we're gonna add in our raw shrimp. And we're gonna cook this for about 20 minutes uncovered. We'll go ahead and raise the heat to about a medium heat at this point. All right, our milk and stock is starting to boil. So now we're going to go ahead and whisk in 2 cups of instant grits. At this point, you can lower your fire. All right, to these grits, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Stir that in. Now that's up to you if you want to add the pepper or not. Next, we add 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, at this point, you could add some cheese, or you can eat it like this. Me, I prefer to add about 1/2 cup of cheese. Now look, if these grits are too thick for you, all you got to do is add a little more of your leftover stock over here, or just some water, depending on how flavorful you like them. At this point, we're going to add 1/2 cup of mild cheddar cheese. And whisk that in. All right, guys, I got my decorative shrimp over here. I'm going to take a little bit of butter and put it in this little hot saute pan right here. Get that melted. Meanwhile, I'm going to take some blackened seasoning and season both sides of this shrimp. Now I'm going to sear them up. Just a couple minutes on each side. True, these are looking nice right here. Y'all, I think it's time we plate up. Woo-hoo! Oh man, that is heaven. I've had this dish many times, but no wonder why you guys keep begging for it. It's so good. When that sauce is just cooked down for that amount of time, all the flavors just come together. And I tell you what, Rouse's has a really good smoked sausage. You guys gotta give that a try. Well guys, we done did that again. Hope you guys give this a try, and if you do, just tweak it to your liking. You may have a certain type of grits you like, you may have certain seasonings you like. Either way, make it your own. Alright, I had a good time doing this for y'all. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. Hiya!
Awesome.